This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, another take on that beautiful combination of Winota, Joiner of Forces, and Blade Historian. A little more puppy love, but not a full-on dog tribal deck. Another new card that I think has some potential in the right place at the right time. That card is the Spirit Dog, Stonebinder's familiar. Now, I don't know about you. Having a spirit dog, I already feel like I have a dog as a spirit animal, but, you know, spirit dogs, just a nice warm feeling in one's heart. Now, here, they're worshiping some giant statue of a spirit dog, which doesn't seem like the most threatening thing. But this is a 1-white, 1/1 creature, and whenever one or more cards are put into exile during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Stonebinder's Familiar. This ability triggers only once each turn. So if it's your turn and something goes to exile, you grow your 1-mana 1/1, which is a pretty good deal when it comes to cards that exile stuff all the time. My favorite here being Robber of the Rich. This Reach Haster exile stuff. Well, you know how this card works. Mono red. This is mono red. Every time you attack and they have a bigger hand, you get to exile a card, which grows Stonebinder's Familiar, which on the play, this 1-2 punch is a pretty terrifying one, and probably among the strongest things that you can do in Standard as far as straight beatdown goes. Now, when you couple that with the fact that if you put a Bonecrusher Giant into the exile zone by stomping something, that's another +1/+1 counter. If you cast Elite Spellbinder and look at their hand and choose a card and exile it, that's another +1/+1 counter. If you play Skyclave Apparition and exile a card of theirs, that's another +1/+1 counter. If you use a Professor of Symbology to go to your sideboard and get reduced to memory and exile their thingy, it's another +1/+1 counter. So there's a lot of ways to grow the Stonebinder's Familiar. You can actually make a list that's just 100% things that also exile, with cards like Glass Casket along the way and other various interesting 2-drops and things like that. Another adventure card like Shepherd of the Flock, Gift of the Fae, Fae of something. Anyway, I'm usually good at remembering those names. Not right now. Not right now. Oh, Rimrock Knight's another one. You know, all of those. You can have your entire deck trigger the adventure zone, but I also wanted a strong deck that could pick up some wins, so I didn't want to go all in on that strategy, so I went with the Winota, Joiner of Forces, and Blade Historian package, since this Stonebinder's team already gets you 8 humans in Elite Spellbinder and Robber of the Rich. So once you have Blade Historian and Winota, probably the best card you can add to your deck along with the others is Selfless Savior to protect them, and it's also another dog, so it adds to my little kind of mini dog theme. Now, I've already played like 2 or 3 Boros Winota decks, but I'm excited about this one because it might just be able to beat down, get the job done, even when you don't draw Winota. Today's video is dedicated to, I don't know how to say that, XA Uni. Thank you very much for hitting the join button below, joining the Cool Kids Club. Your membership includes some sweet perks like getting to see my deck lists a day before the video goes live, and also getting to watch my Twitch VODs on YouTube with features you love like 2x speed, posted ad-free just for the members. So thank you very much for all the support there. You guys are amazing. It means a lot to me. And let's also dedicate a video. Yeah, you might get a video dedicated to you when you join, and a cosmetic purchased in your honor. This has been a long time coming. It is time for the Blade Historian to get the makeover, because I'm not close to done with Winota decks. I have about 12 different ways to put these 2 cards into the same deck. And honestly, it's the kind of aggro I do enjoy, because not because there's a ton of thinking involved. Sometimes there is. There are interesting spots with decks like these, especially ones that are like all creatures. Missed the Omori companion, by the way. All creatures, but they somehow interact and things like that. But also because there's that little RNG flavor and the absurd power that can come with the God Draw that features the Winota, Joiner of Forces on turn 4, triggering like 3 times. It's fun. I have fun with this deck. I'm not sorry. And the latter is going to feel the wrath of my enjoyment. So let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. All right, on the play with the puppy, we get to play what I consider magic right here, right now. I don't know if we'll draw land. Oh, we even get a good stomp target. All right, hold it for the snarl. We need red, though. Okay, awkward. Are we going to draw a Snarl or not? Because if we draw a Snarl off the top, we can't cast... If we play this on red now, we can't cast the Apparition. Alright. We're not going to draw a Snarl, I've decided. Not happening. Gruul Gamer. No, my puppers. Okay. Got Robber off the top. Good thing they killed that, huh? But let's... We could hit a 1-drop from them. And it gets in for sure right now, whereas next turn they play a Bone Crusher Giant. I don't know. That's a tough call. I'm going to try robbing them. I know it's not great with Winota either, but I think we might draw some action from them. Now, how are we going to get green to play this Lovestruck Beast? That's what I want to know. We got to find a way. Maybe I should have some pathways that are green and white in this deck. But then I can't run the Snarls. Take 3. Bones to the Crush'ems. White Source. Let's build up the board. Steal another 1-drop? Nope, not this time. Drop him to 10. Hardcast Giant does not stomp. It's kind of weird. Pretty sure that's an oops. Let's rumble. Could also make this unable to block, right? Do I have a probation in the board? Yeah, I do. Let's go. I know, I'm just slow rolling over here. Just slow rolling, building board. Can't attack or block. I get to rob more things. Another potential 1/1. Questing Beast. All right, our opponent finds 2 blockers, but let's bring the Winota. Free Blade Historians are even better than the ones you could cast. Another Robber. There's the Historian. Made me sweat for a second, but got there. Dead before we even got to the next mode. QQQ, huh? Top 1000. Looking like mono red. We're on the draw. It must be mono red. We have some exile effects and the familiar. Let's keep it. Oh, this is mono red. Decisions. Decisions, guys. No, next turn we're playing the Savior anyway, but I really don't want the Savior to die. Like, if they target the Savior, I can't block with either one of these next turn, so we play one of these first. Let's see if they get rid of this. Mono Red usually carries an arsenal of little weapons. Oh, we got a reader. It's my puppy. Ain't he cool? It's a good dog. Magda. Magda's fresh. Welcome to the dog pound. Block, block, indestructible. I guess they could go double removal to blow it out, blow me out, and then I don't have a blocker, but I don't plan to block with this anyway. So I'm going to send this in. Let's get that point. Let's get that 1 damage. Oh, you want some? All right, I don't think we risk the blocks here. There's just too much that can go wrong. If we block and sacrifice Savior with that on the stack, they can just kill the Stonebinder. And they're going straight to the Embercleave? Okay. I mean, that's a way to do. That's a way to be. Wow. Just casual turn 3 on the play Embercleave. Me, I've drawn land. I've got land for days. Let's start growing our puppers. Let's see, block. Yeah, rumble. Rumble. Let's go. Bone Crushers. That seems like the play of somebody who also has a Frostbite, doesn't it? But I've got nothing else to do this turn, so we gotta try. Sometimes you get lucky. Oh yeah, suit up and attack. Do it. I dare you. They didn't even suit. Why haven't they equipped the Embercleave, guys? Are they messing with me? What the heck's going on? Am I getting taunted? See, we could play Probation, stop them from casting a Bone Crusher Giant next turn. But I think we just want to Spellbind them. Robert Magda. Let's take the reaching thingamajiggy. I'm not that scared of this dwarf anymore. 3/3 familiars. The opponent can double block the apparition. But yeah, we need to try to end this. The dogs are doing the work. Potentially lethal attack next turn. Plus we can Professor to go get the card that exiles stuff. Reduced to memory. Opponent will not cease the aggression. Red Mage goes out with his sword in hand, turns sideways. This is mono red. And having never equipped the Embercleave to a Fervent Champion. You know, eventually you should read the cards. I'm just gonna throw that out there. We don't have to do this. I'm just doing it mostly to show you guys how it works now. But you get that exile trigger, you get those doggo triggers, and you rumble. Victory! Another mono red has been slain. Phenomenal! Let's go. Yorion. Well, I'm definitely going second. Let's see. Yep! But, look at that hand. Look at that hand. Double doggy spellbindies. It won't beat their best draws. But it'll do its best. Robber of the Rich, one time. Opponent figured out how to cast their Haven. Best turn to play. All right, Spellbinder's got heavy lifting to do, and then Academic Probation has got a lot of work to do as well. Cultivate. Okay. We take their Shadow's Verdict and we lock them out of those ultimatums and everything's fine, but who knows what they're working with. It's probably not bad. They're already on 5 mana. With the 6 in hand. Oh, that's a draw. That's a good draw. It's too bad we can't get another exile out of this. Binding and Ultimatum. So they're at 19 now. They're going to 15. Let's go. If they top deck a Shadow's Verdict, it is what it is. All right, so we're going to have to lock out the ultimatums with the professors and then play Blade Historian and swing for the dead. Are you kidding me right now? Cool. That's game. That is game. I can't go on. I won't get there. I just can't. All right, we go first. Not Yorion, though. The one who needs to be punished. And we don't have the familiars this time. Selfless Savior. Get out, I think. I mean, maybe I'm not supposed to do that. Oh my god, shut up. Thirsty for attention, you scum. I'm just kidding. They're my fans. What can you do? Let's see if the opponent wants to try to trade with this dog. I think I need to make sure I find land. All right, they trade. Means that my Bone Crusher can be better. Life gain. Really? All trades. Okay. I take trades here. Another Daxos. That's a good reason to trade. We can kill it now. Or we can Spellbind. They seem stuck on mana. Getting the Spellbinders down and getting a look at this hand will tell us what to do. They have their own Spellbinder, their own Lurrus, their own Heliod. So the Heliod combo is a big deal. We can exile the Heliod, though, and it takes up their whole turn. What causes us the most stress? The Lurrus is really good. The Spellbinder, actually, we're really tight on mana too. Let's take their Spellbinder. Everything else I can deal with. All right, Bounty. 2 bounties. That's a lot of protection, but they need to use their mana differently. They can't just use their mana to defend their cards, because they don't have enough of it. Still, we have to figure out how to deal with this stuff. I think just playing a 4-3 is good enough. Plus it gets us set up for Winota. We can't just let them race us with lifelink if we're going to make progress on their life total in the air. Peck away. Let's go find more lands. That's why I keep 2 environmental sciences in the board, everybody. Third land located. This is probably where they play the Heliod. See where they want to put a counter. 3/6. But we could block with both and they know it. So I think we have to take out Heliod now. Three, 5. If they block, that doesn't work out well. Fourth land located, so probably Lurrus into dog. Shield. Okay. Shield is pretty good. If a source would deal damage whenever you or another permanent you control become the target. So we can hit that with Apparition without being taxed. I still think our job is to get Winota set up here. Don't know if they can beat a Winota. Why did I grab a Plains? I was supposed to grab a Mountain. Although I don't know if attacking with Robber is any good next turn, being a human and all. Maul. Suit up. That shield is going to be really frustrating. Feeling aggressive? Not feeling aggressive. I think I take down the Sky Maul, to be honest. No defense in the air. Here comes the Spellbinder, possibly, if they're really afraid, or the Lurrus, if they're not. Yep. It's not going to help them against double Winota, though. We might lose a lot of our creatures on this attack, so it better be a good one. Blade. Rabba. Blade. 3 for 3, 4 for 4. We do not get the ability because of the shield. All right, 4 hits. It couldn't have gone much better. Will it be enough to take the game? Remember, that shield is going to absorb a lot of damage. But we have double strike. And those Daxos life triggers, right? But it looks like their board is gone. And our board didn't go anywhere. The shield's not going to win this game by itself. Skyclave Apparition. Shut you down, Winota. Opponent was obviously really excited to get the game. Let's send some love. Ryan is cool? We'll see about that. I say who is cool. On the play, now we're talking. The hand that dreams are made of. Stonebinder familiar, robber of the rich. Prepare for combo. This is mono red. Well, that screws it up, doesn't it? Quite a bit. But I think we just go for it anyway. The other option is to like play a Selfless Savior. But even that's not great. Yeah, I think we just go for it. The opponent has to trade the Charger with one of these. We have a Torbrand stolen for later. Yeah, I know, blocking. Ryan, you're not cool. Don't even think about it. Alright, let's see if we can draw more exile effects. We lost our robber to a 1-drop. Kind of embarrassing. And now we lose our 1-drop to the Bonecrusher Giant. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Ryan, you're the opposite of cool. Hate to be the one to tell you. Do we have any good cards? Why do I ask that? They're learn cards. They're never good. I guess I'll take the summoning because it can try to trade with the Bonecrusher Giant. They have another Bonecrusher Giant? Like, why would they play these instead of the Giant? I guess to set up an Embercleave. Whatever. Hello. Let's take one more turn of setup and then absolutely pulverize them with Winota. That is the good draw. Ryan, you may think you're cool, but have you met Winota? You might have an Embercleave here, but have you ever seen a Joiner of Forces? Tectonic Giant. When it attacks or becomes the target of a spell, 3 damage to each opponent, or exile 2 cards, choose one, and you can play it until the end of your next turn. Okay. I mean, can't block. May as well attack. Alright, Ryan. Let me do the frickin' line, okay? You're cool. So I took the Robber of the Rich instead of the Blade Historian because we have a Torbrand exiled. They want the dogs. First strike damage. Let's see what they point this Fireblade Charger at. The Professor. Okay, this one is already dealt damage. This one's about to die, so we just go here. Easy. Sweet play. And you die. One dead mono red. Core 2021, is that how you know when you started playing Magic? I mean, that is a really common question for some reason. People always want to ask, when did you start playing Magic? So I guess you won't forget. Let's see, what has somebody who started in Core 2021? Oh wait, that's the joke. There is no Core 2021. It's the D&D set. That's the LOL. I'm in on the joke too, guys. I'm cool. The Brood Pit. Lou Black. What you up to over there? Well, I'm going to try to find out. They might have a rogue. They might have a Thought Thief, so let's lead with the Spellbinder. If they counter it, at least we know we're not getting ambushed. Easy, Lofty. Lofty? Wait, what? What's going on? What is going on? Well, when you don't know what's going on, just be aggressive. Make them have all the right answers. So you're doing nothing again? Cool. Alright, we'll go for the Robber. I was thinking about going for the Historian. But we'll go for the Robber. It lets us double spell and get red mana on the field. So we're ready for the future. Like a Winota top deck gets a lot better. Robber of the Rich. Resolves. Hello. Heartless Act. We could let it go. Play around Extinction Event. Stealing stuff probably isn't going to matter that much. I'm not going to play around Extinction Event. There's no way they have that too, right? Brazen Borrower, nice. Stole a rogue with a rogue. It's a lot of tap lands. Scry to the top. Let's hope the Robber gets to take it. They are rogues. Yes, yes. Not just a controlled pile. Oh, look at you. Look at you, you roguey rogue you. So, if we play this, we can Brazen Borrow the Thought Thief. Pretty good. And we don't have to worry about this death touchy thing. Let's resolve the trigger first. We might get something else. We did get something else. That works. Perfect. Nighthawk Scavenger. All right, they better not let me attack with the Robber. Looks like they plan to. Let's go for the Blade instead. Because I think they have a removal spell there. Or the Nighthawk's a really bad play, right? So now they feel like they have to deal with this Blade Historian. Oh, they don't. Okay. Let's force some good trades in our favor. Kill their creatures, keep one of our creatures in a blade and have them at pretty low life. Yeah, double strike is gonna kill some of those. We don't get to use the Borrower, unfortunately. With Perfect Vision, I would have borrowed there instead. But obviously, they made it look like they had some kind of a removal. Let's drop some more blade on them. So if they kill the first blade, we still have double strike. Xerath is here. Xerath has to trade. Picks the Blade Historian. You might want that 1/1. You might want that 1/1. Opponent looking in my graveyard. Dude, you're never going to get it. Okay, they're going to cling to draw. You're never stealing my stuff. Not going to happen. That's an expensive Blood Chief's Thirst. Time for your Shuffler is Fine moment of the day as we play the third Historian on the third consecutive turn. And that's lethal. Tings is fighting for the top 1200, but we already there. On the draw with Skyclaves. It's a slow hand, but it does have removal. Probably just too slow. But we can draw like a Bone Crusher Giant, any cheap card. A Professor. I'm gonna let ourselves top deck our way into this game. If these were something else, if these were Elite Spellbinders, I wouldn't keep this hand. This is mono red. This is mono red. We play mono red. All 1-drops all the time. Let's get our Professor down. All right, what do we get? We need to stay alive. What is the best for staying alive? The reduced to memory just gets us beaten down, right? So I think we just take the summoning and try to have a body. Easy Embercleave. Easy mode. Look at me. I Embercleave my 1-drops. Yeah, boy. Okay. Bone Crusher's late. We gotta be mana efficient if we're gonna get back into this one. Tradesies. Wow. Okay. That's a way to do it. That is mono red. How about go first? We'll not go first. Great hand, too. Great hand. All right, let's go. Stone Binding. I guess there's a chance Robber could turn on, but it's pretty unlikely, right? Yeah, it's basically not going to happen. Man, this is the struggle. I can't play decks that are only good on the play. It just burns me every time. Triumph Magistrate. Can't play things from anywhere other than our hand. And they're down to 4 cards. So what do we do? Do we play the Robber? I think we play the Robber and have Bone Crusher available. But we don't attack, because we don't have good attacks. Alright, they have another tapped land, that's nice. They have an Innkeeper. I guess we got a Bone Crusher. But if we play the Bone Crusher and we don't kill the Magistrate, the Giant gets locked in the exile zone. Maybe we can get lucky and get a bad block out of the opponent. Does playing the Selfless Savior ruin the possibility of that? I guess it does. And we're not going to get the opponent on cards anyway. So let's attack. Remember, we can +1/+1 counter on the Binder's Familiar by casting the Bone Crusher Giant. like so. I know, we have to let the innkeeper live, which is really sad, but on the bright side, it might turn on the robber. And now we can cast our Bone Crusher Giant from exile. We're also pretty set up. We're looking okay on a Blade Historian. It depends on what the opponent's adventure creature is, what their turn 4 looks like. If they cast Showdown on the Scalds or a Toski, we're like definitely gonna Blade Historian. So they might not even have another land since they played a Passage last turn. And here comes Bone Crusher. Here is Savior. Feels good. And now they don't have good blocks against the Historian. And they're probably missing a land. They don't attack. It's interesting. Double Strike coming in hot. That's all it took. Okay, they still had a lot of life, but that got it done. Number 187, get in, get out, report a murder. I wonder what deck Dwayne is playing. Yorion, but we're on the play with Double Familiar. Oh god, we have to keep it. We need to draw land really bad, but we have to keep it. Double Familiar, are you kidding me? Just need a few Spellbinders, drop them Winotas, woof. Woof woof go the puppers. Alright, land off the top. Doing it. Let's hope the opponent's on, like, tapped land or Omen. Says go. Here's my Spellbinder. Rejected. Well, screw you. Reject says exile it. I didn't even catch that. Yeah, congrats on your cool card choice. It's a tap land. Let's see if they have a rejection for the Winota to grow our creatures further. Well, no, don't kill it. Do not kill. If you do, Mastery. Baleful Mastery. Okay, fine. All right. We get to take another shot next turn. Just cast your stupid Cultivate. They didn't crack their Passage, so they must have another land. Right? Just cast Cultivate. Let's go. Multiple choice. Scry 1, draw a card. Okay, cool. To the bottom. They're digging. They missed the land. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, no. Another Winota. RNG favors me on this good night. And we get the Blade Historian and the Robber. And you're dead. You're dead. Nice rejection. 524. All right. This can be a good win. This can be a good win, but we're on the draw with... It's the hand, but it's on the draw. All right. There's no way we mull it. There's no way we mull it. But, man. Bindy, bindy. All right, we need lands. We've got to draw the lands. Bone Crusher Giant. Every time. Get in there, Robber. Land off the top and we could activate this Robber. Oh, never mind. There will be 0 activations of Robber on this day. Land off the top. I guess that's a good play here, right? We could also try to save it, but we get 2 creatures from this play. And they're both non-humans. The opponent might have another apparition to app the app. But if they don't, they're in a lot of trouble. And if we draw a land, we're just Winotaing for 2, which is a good number. Hey! Every time, man. Nobody can keep an app around. All right. Let's play the familiar. Play the land, play the spellbinder, see what's going on. Grow the familiar. Haktos Annex, what is your deck? Alright, I'm just kind of gonna exile Haktos from the game here. And pass turn. Looking solid. Looking solid. They might be out of the Boros removal cards. Alright, play your giant. Would you like to attack? Thinking about it? No. Alright, let's introduce them to a little friend. Trigger, make it good. Alright. Not good. No exile was achieved. Our creatures are running to their doom. Yeah, the RNG got us there, but it's not over yet. We've still got the Blade Historian in hand. This is 6 over the top over 2 turns. They need to draw a solution or a way to... Wow. All right. Well, you still got to face this. They can double block, but they would lose both creatures. So they take it and they fall to 3 instead. Wow. Gutsy. That one red source. Our opponent's been bottlenecked on red this whole game. It's been rough. All right, let's keep throwing double strike at them until they die. You can't stop me forever. One Blade Historian. Another, the third Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, that's it. That's what you're looking for. The haster off the top. Nice. Spin the wheel again. Give me the good hand. Death Snow. This person's MPL. I don't know if it's the exact same username. Pretty sure that this is an MPL player. Unless somebody, like, copied the username. Let's go. Ken Yukihiro? I think that's the name. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Clever Lumamancer. Let's dance. Little bluff. All right, one less Light Scribe, please. All right, we're gonna need land. Getting nervous on the land front. A Defiant Strike. A Triome. Okay. Let's go get the sciences. Let's not sit without land for too long. I'm a little scared of the Lumamancer, but I'm sure I'll get a chance to kill it. Silver Quill Command, that's epic. All right, they get back their Light Scribe, no blocks. We do hit a land, good. So we can get this thing stomped. Doggo. Send in the Professor. Second Lumamancer. Let's see how many of these Magecraft triggers our opponent can come up with. Redain. Redain's an interesting best of one inclusion here. Like if you have to do if you need a creature in this deck, that's an interesting one. Do we set up for one more turn? Do we set up for one more turn or do we go for Winota? I think we take one more turn. just have the best possible joiner of forces. But we have to beware. The Lumimancer can be a headache. Cycle Triome. All right, here we go. Triggers. If they mold a 5 and you have a great hand, you too might be able to play a competitive game with an MPL player. Oh, and you also have to hit. You have to hit 4 for 4. Then you make it 5 for 5. And the decision, instead of showing me the hand, is to scoop. Number 113. Oh, we actually did rank up last game. We're number 92 now. 92. On the play, yes, please. Let's rumble. Nice draw. So, do we rob? I think we play the Professor because we get value. This isn't a great Winota hand, to be honest. We've got a lot of humans. Maybe what I do is play the Robber to draw the Frostbite. I don't like that much, though. The Robber can steal some good cards that are very castable against them. Let's get the Sciences to make sure we get to the land that we need. That Frostbite ain't gonna cast itself. There you go. Oh, red-blue. You're not what I expected. Alright, we need to apply some pressure, so Spellbinder's a good way to do it. We're gonna be rolling out the non-humans later. Ooh, Cinderclasm. And look at all this removal, but they're missing land. How do you play around the Cinderclasm? They do need double red for it. I'm actually going to take the command, but this is just, look at that. Their hand is basically 100% cheap removal spells. They pass the turn. If we go for Winota here, they'll just kill this, but then we have a 4/4, but that's not great either. They are taxed. If we go for Robber, they can kill that. They can kill one of the two. They can also try to set up a Cinderclasm. Bonecrusher Giant gets 2 damage either way. Let's go like this. Rob you? Resolves. And we hit a Frostbite. Hit. They take it. So they are going to try to Cinderclasm me. They need to draw another red for that. I guess I'll go for the Sciences. Oh, we're beholding the verse. Surprised they didn't do that on their turn. Gotta make those land drops. 2 to the bottom, so they must not be land. There's still a chance they miss this drop. Nope, they got it, but it isn't double red for the Cinderclasm that they were counting on. The Historian. They'll probably have to Brazen Borrow this or bounce it. They'll have to kill it, which means they take another 5, which is good for me. It also uses up most of our mana. And doesn't play more into the Cinderclasm too much. Yep, Fire Prophecy. Good on them, though, for also not letting me reveal the Frostbite to shut that Prophecy down. Like, I would have definitely... Well, no, it only does 2. Never mind. I was going to say I'd Frostbite my own thing to avoid that, but it only does 2 because I don't run Snow. Storm's Wrath. It's going to be hard to close this game. Going to be hard to close this game. We know that they have ways to deal with the Giant. So I guess we'll just make sure it gets some damage. Their hand is basically 100% things that kill my things. Yeah, they're just endless removal. How are we going to beat this with our creature deck? It's going to be hard. I guess that's not bad. We'll just keep doing this. Down to 4. They target this, down to 2. Even a little Skyclave Apparition or a Hasty Robber of the Rich can win. Another Storm's Wrath to avoid paying the 2. We're just throwing Winota at you now. They might have Brazen Borrower. Did you hold on to the Borrower? Or did you put it on the bottom? Mm-hmm. Not very surprising there. Cast your 3/1. Where are you going with all this? Iteration digs. Are you going to run out of all that cheap removal, or are you only going to draw it in the best time, which is the early game? Cinderclasm. 1 damage to each creature? Yep. Oh, they play a Giant? Okay, they need a Frostbite. If they don't have a Frostbite... Can I shut down a Frostbite? I can just Probation that. Then Frostbite doesn't save you. Target non-land can't attack or block. That's you? Yeah, relying on blocking. It just doesn't work these days. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and the games were fast, they were furious, there are many of them in this video, and they were brutal, and it brought us into the top 100 Mythic, which is very hard to do in Best of 1. So, what's up with Stonebinder's Familiar? Is this the way for Winota? Is it the better version? It is when you're on the play. If you are in like gold and platinum and you get on the play a decent amount, as can possibly be verified by MTG assistant, download link in the description, then a Stonebinder's Familiar Robber of the Rich curve is amazing. But there's nothing I didn't even anticipate when I built the deck how tilting it would be to have this curve on the draw and have Robber not trigger. Like, that really triggered me. Now I'm playing a 1-mana 1/1 in my deck and a 2-mana 2/2 with haste that usually can't attack because it's already outstatted on the field. Ugh, it felt bad. On the bright side, you're still on a good march for Blade Historian and Winota Joiner of Forces, and the deck, even though it did that to me, it did me dirty, dog dirty a few times, it still brought home a lot of wins because of the raw power of these cards. So this is a fine way to play it, but it's probably not the best way. And I'm also going to be trying some Naya and Mardu nonsense, some Dwarf nonsense as well. There's so many things right now that you can do as long as you have Winota and Blade Historian and Elite Spellbinder in your deck. You can get up to some serious mischief. And the rest of the packages, I think they all need to be tried, and they're very, very fun. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. I really enjoy making some Winota videos. More to come in the future. And remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to hit the join button below. You stayed till the end. You did those things. Guess what? You're cool.